Swimming. Yellow swimming, huh? Australian little penguin. Jump, jump.
It's found in Victoria.
Yeah. Beautiful, huh?
They strip off all the leaves and the bark from it, and you can see some of the branches that we put up this morning, they don't leave anything left on them at all, so they're pretty efficient at what they do. And now in the wild, these guys would spend most of their day doing just that, just roaming around, browsing from trees. And so we try to replicate that here at the zoo by hanging these branches up throughout the day. But these guys also spend a fair bit of the day chewing on their cuds, so they're pretty closely related to cattle and sheep in that they're ruminants. And so that means that they'll chew their food, but then they'll swallow it, but then they'll bring it back up again and chew it again. So and that means that they can break the food down further and get more energy and more nutrients out of the food. So it means they don't have to actually eat as big a quantity of food for their body size compared to some of your other large animals like an elephant. Elephants have to eat a lot of food to get enough energy. Okay guys, I'm almost out of food. Has anyone got any questions they want to ask? What kind of trees do they eat? We give them quite a wide variety, if I can get the words right, here at the zoo, but in the wild they'd eat mostly acacias. And that's another reason that their big long tongues come in handy. In the wild, when they're feeding on acacias, they often have these big long spikes and thorns, which try to stop animals like giraffe from eating their leaves, but because they've got those nice big long tongue, they can reach their tongue.
In your time here, you've noticed that the sanctuary is divided into 3 different spaces and that we have 3 groups of animals that inhabit it. But quite often people will come down to the orangutan sanctuary, see these guys and go, wow, I never knew there was such a thing as a black orangutan. And as far as we're aware, there isn't, and we don't think there ever will be. These guys aren't orangutans, they're a type of gibbon, they're a Siamang. And the reason they live up here in our orangutan sanctuary is because in the wild we find them in the same parts of the world. Now we've got a family group of Siamangs here. You can see Mum and Dad with their 2 young sons. And Hana has just clipped up some of their diet for the day. So there's some leafy greens, some lettuce, some parsley, there's some fruit and vegetables, there's eggplant, there's capsicum, there's rock melon, and also a nice special little mix of like cornflakes and sunflower seeds and some nice little bits in there as well. So this is a part of the guys' diet for the day, not their whole feed. And by clipping it up in those boards there, it just encourages them all over to this checkpoint area. And it also gets them hanging out as one big family group, which is nice. So this checkpoint area here will do regular health inspections of all our animals, orangutans and Siamangs. So getting them familiar and comfortable up there, hanging out and just doing good fun things is a way of sort of breaking down any sort of
No, that's someone else's food.
I think that's the mom.
Because one name
One, sorry, the baby one of them.
What?
Exhausted. Look at him lying on there.
Can I jump? Like, yeah. It would be funny if
Sini lah ya. That's alright.
You just looked at me. Can I eat people? Yeah, you're getting very sleepy. Yeah. Oh, Janelle. Told ya. In the water. In the water. Whoa. In the water. They do understand.
Long enough to look, do not climb the fence, stand still.